What's good, YouTube? Dmgaming here, guys. I'm sorry, don't have the face cam on and all that good stuff, guys. It is still super early where I'm at. It's about 4 something in the morning. But I wanted to discuss something and start y'all's day off with a pretty interesting video here. Trunks. Now, we know that in the previous video that I've done, we talked about DLC 3 and how the producer of Bandai Namco's dbzkakarot calls it more or less a scenario, while also referring to it in comparison to a saga. See, right here, the additional scenario will be on par with one story saga. And I know people were saying, well, maybe it's a translation thing, but why would you translate that to scenario and then translate saga to saga? That doesn't make sense. That's like talking about it, comparing two apples and referring to one as something different. You're not going to do that. You see what I'm saying? So it's possible, guys. This is purely speculation. Now, I do want to mention this, guys, before we get into the video, that me and Just Saying did talk on Twitter. It was a pretty deep conversation, and we came to settle everything. Let's just put it like that, man. So this community is gonna grow. My goal at the end of all of this is to have Dragon Ball Z Kakarot's community be just as large as the Xenoverse community, be just as large as the Dokkan, the Legends, and the Fighters community, guys. And in order to do that, we're going to need all hands on deck when it comes to us as content creators and you as fans and support. We're going to have that happen. If we want what we want from this game, and we want Bandai to hear us, we need to have a larger voice. That's just how this stuff works, guys. They respond to numbers, and we have to respond in like manner. You know what I'm saying? So big shout out to Just Saying for speaking with me, for us having that conversation publicly where everybody can see it. There's no hiding behind anything, and we're all going to continue. Me, him, President Rose, DJ 1K, Riken, all those Kakarot content creators out there, up and coming, those that we know and those that we don't know. We are going to push each other to be the very best that we can be. In order to do that, bygones have to be bygones, and we have to get on with this together. So big shout out to him for manning up with me and having that tough conversation, those things that need to be said, and getting those things off our chest out there in the open, guys. So anyway, I was thinking, I was having a conversation with Rose day before yesterday and stuff, and we talked about Trunks. It was something very interesting that dbzkakarot is doing with Trunks. In this very DLC here, they put Trunks in both of the Super Saiyan God rituals. Now, that's very interesting because there's no need to put Trunks there, guys. They literally have Videl's character model in the game, okay? So they're doing something very interesting with Trunks, okay? And Trunks is also, he's kind of like Vegito and Gotenks. He appears, you play with him, and he's gone. However, they went out of their way. I ain't gonna say out of their way, but Bandai Namco CyberConnect 2 made it so that you can play and control Trunks while also adding the time machine into the games. Very interesting choice to do. Why do that and not make Vegito playable through Fusion? Why do that and not make Gotenks playable through Fusion? You get what I'm saying? They made it to where he's there. Why do that and not make Majin Vegeta playable? I mean, you would essentially have to make him a separate character, so I get that, but you get what I'm saying. There is a reason they're throwing Trunks in here. And there's a reason that we see Trunks in the Super Saiyan ritual, Super Saiyan God ritual, instead of Videl. Some people say, well, Videl isn't pregnant. How hard would it have been to put a pregnant model Videl? We've all seen Battle of Gods. We all seen it in the movies and the anime. We know that Videl is pregnant at that point in time. So one thing there's a couple of different scenarios that could be present as to why they did this. Number one, they may not be planning with this particular DLC to go into Dragon Ball Super just yet, which is why they may not have made Pan pregnant with Videl pregnant with Pan. Or it could be, I don't look at it as a rating thing. I don't see how a character being pregnant could affect the ratings. And what I mean by ratings is the ESRB ratings. The game is rated T for teen. So maybe having a pregnant character would have made them rated M for mature. I highly doubt it, but you never know. It could be a censorship kind of thing or something to that effect. I doubt it, but once again, you never know. Another scenario is this right here, guys. Towa and Mira. We have to remember that we run into Towa and Mira at the end of Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Now, what you're seeing on your screen right now is the end of Dragon Ball Xenoverse 1. After you beat Mira, he turns into this little blob. They doesn't hate, and Mira, Towa's just telling him, you're not complete yet. So Mira has to go back in time and basically get more power to be able to come back, like we see him in Xenoverse 2 whenever he fights, whenever he powers up and transforms into his full power form and then fuses with Towa. So this is very interesting because they do go back in time to get more energy, which is where we run into them right here in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Now this is coming from Xander and his channel here. That's just where I found the footage from. But this is after the fight in Kakarot. I'm just going to play this audio real quick.
So, you'll need even more energy to reach your full potential.
More. I must absorb more energy.
I have an idea. We'll move to another timeline. We should be able to procure more energy there.
See, so what we see here is Towa and Mira. Towa telling Mira she has an idea. We're gonna go to a different timeline and procure more energy. We have to get him more energy. And at the end, she even tells us that we will meet again. Let's listen to that.
Fun has to end. I'll leave you with some of my creations. They should provide enough entertainment for you. Until we meet again.
Right there, she says, until we meet again. Now, they're going to a different timeline to gain more energy. So the question raises is, will they come back? And if they do, how and when? Why put Towa and Mira in the game to begin with? Why go to the links that they did in the game to highlight Trunks as far as making him a playable character in the game, throwing him in the Super Saiyan God rituals? Why do those kinds of things unless you're planning on using him again? And maybe, guys, just maybe, we may get to see our version of Trunks become what we see in Xenoverse as the Time Patroller Trunks. I don't know, guys. It's speculatory. The Trunks that we see in Xenoverse is more than likely kid Trunks who has grown up. I don't know. But all I'm just saying is we need to start thinking about these possibilities that the DLC scenario may include Trunks and may include Towa and Mira. Because like I said, he calls it a scenario. Right there, he doesn't call it a saga, and he explains that this scenario is on par with One Story Saga. People are saying it's a translation. That's not a translation thing, guys. They're literally telling us that it's a additional scenario. The additional scenario, we will be on par with One Story Saga. If it was a saga, he would just say that. And you have to look at the context of this paragraph, guys. This upcoming DLC is the first boss battle episode that the season, see right there, he calls it a boss battle episode. Many people would just call it a glorified subquest, but he didn't call it a subquest. Why? Because it's not a subquest. However, he explains the depth of it by saying right here, in terms of content volume, each boss battle episode, which means we're getting 2 of them, is on par with a few sub-stories combined. He tells you what you're getting, a boss battle episode. It's not a sub-quest. It's not a story. It's a boss battle. It's an episode. And he says an episode, which we know full well from Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. If you go into your encyclopedia and look into the stories, it's broken down into episodes, which aren't as long as a saga, but are the length of what? A few sub-stories combined. So we see that he gives us what we're getting, a boss battle episode, and he gives us the context of what the makeup of it is. The makeup of it is a few sub stories combined. Now he gives us another thing, another scenario, another thing, an additional scenario. And he does the same thing he did with the boss battle episode in explaining the depth of it. It'll be on par with one story saga, such as the Saiyan or Frieza saga. On par with one story saga. That right there, on par with one story saga, tells you that, guys, it's not a saga. It's on par with the saga as far as content length, okay, and structure, but it's additional scenario. Now, I could be wrong, guys. I'm clearly speculating, but the proof is right here in our eyes that we can't overlook this other scenario. And all I'm doing is speculating as to what it could potentially be based off of what we already have in the game and based off of what we're left with at the end of the game. She leaves us with the villainous enemies win until we meet again, until they come back to complete what they have started. Now, we know in Xenoverse 2, this is where they mesh, guys, because like I said, this is the end of Xenoverse 1, and then they go back in time to gain more energy, which means they happen to just come to our timeline to fight to try to gain more power. Anytime Mira fights, he gets more powerful, you see, and then they go back into other timelines, gain more energy, and that's where we meet him in Xenoverse 2, where we fight him, he powers up, they fuse, and then they're sort of wiped out in a sense. So how is this going to work? It is extremely interesting to see that. I want to play the end of this to see what they said here. Not enough power.
Power. I need more. I need more energy.
That's right. We'll
By the way, Towa is anime babe, bruh. Good God. Anyway.
leave this place and collect more power. And then
We'll leave this place and collect more power. This place meaning that particular timeline that they're in. And there we can regroup and try again, which is exactly what they did. They came into the Kakarot timeline. They fought us. They got power from that fight. And they go back and do it again.
there we can regroup and try again. But we mustn't give up. We'll be back to exact our revenge upon our transgressors. And I know that next time you will annihilate all of them. Because you are truly my greatest masterpiece, Mira.
Just wait. Soon we'll return to crush those who stood in our way.
See right there, and that's Xenoverse 1, and then where we fight him in Kakarot is in between Xenoverse 1 and Xenoverse 2, because remember, in Kakarot, we're the original timeline, and in Xenoverse, they're going back to the various different timelines. So I believe we will see them again. The question is, will it be in free content, or will it be in the DLC 3? Let me know what y'all think down in the comment section down below, guys. Please subscribe to the channel, and let's see if we can get this video over 1,000 likes. That's all I got for right now, y'all. Till next time, thanks for watching. Peace.